Hi, it's Susan, and I am so fortunate to have my incredible colleague Emily Randall from the Peninsula
Yes.
come over to my office today just to chat about what's happening. I mean, here we are, we're in week 3
Yeah.
of a federal government shutdown. Can you explain to folks what's happening?
Yeah. Well, this is the third week that we have been here on at the Capitol campus ready to vote, ready to negotiate, and Republicans haven't. But home in our districts, our neighbors, if they're federal workers, are feeling the pinch of their first missed paycheck. Families are worried how to budget. Our national park services are without staff. Folks are furloughed from Social Security and from um, other federal jobs that are important jobs. That means that folks aren't able to get the services that they need. They're not able to go to visit their parks. We're not able to rely on Forest Service. It's really challenging for neighbors in all parts of the district, from Forks to Elma to Bremerton. Are you hearing that from your neighbors too?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, it's disruptive for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
Here we are in Washington, D.C. Republicans and the House haven't shown up, and here we are starting 3 weeks. I think when we talk about solving problems for our communities, it's sitting down and finding a path forward, and here we are trying to, but you can't do that when the folks in charge won't even show up. But I'm hearing from folks about healthcare, right? We have 330,000 people in our state who lose their healthcare based on this healthcare crisis that Republicans have created between their cuts to Medicaid and now not extending the tax credits for folks who get their healthcare on the exchange. 330,000 people. Those are folks who wouldn't have coverage, and then healthcare costs go up for everybody else. Our hospitals are struggling. Again, all for no reason. And so we should be able to, and we could, through work, with those of us who are here, make sure that people have affordable quality health care, make sure the government's open and that it's focused on working for the people. And that's what should be happening.
Absolutely. We shouldn't be sending members home on vacation for a third week in a row. Sounds like a fourth week potentially if we don't come back again next week. And I want to clarify, we don't go on vacation when we go back to district. We go home and work and talk to our neighbors, but I'm not seeing Republican town halls in their districts. They're just hiding. And the American people deserve us to show up and fight for healthcare solutions.
Well, and we've got almost 80,000 federal workers in Washington state, 80,000 people who are doing important work for us. A lot of them live in your district.
Yeah, 27,000.
Yeah, who do important work for us. And they're not getting paid. Some folks don't know when they might see their next paycheck. Again, for no reason. It's terrible.
Absolutely. And some of those federal workers are afraid to take paternity or maternity leave. They're worried about taking time off to go to the doctor because then they get moved into furlough status, which could impact their ability to be paid, even if they do in back pay. And it's a real uncertain time for workers who just want to do their job. We're also seeing across the country illegal reduction in force, firings of federal workers that is not allowed. And we're seeing a court injunction to help stop it. But this is continuing dismantling of our federal government by our Republican colleagues and this president, and it has to stop.
The president who, instead of trying to find a solution going forward, has actually been talking more and more about what he can do to hurt working families, what programs he can cut that impact our region, like the dollars that they took away from the hydrogen hub, for example, that across our state, even our rural communities, there were dollars going to help good paying jobs, help us be competitive long into the future on energy.
Absolutely.
And yet, instead of figuring out a path forward, it's how can I hurt people even more?
Yeah.
It's terrible.
The pain seems to be the point.
Well, we knew costs were going up before. Costs are going up on housing, on food, on healthcare, childcare, energy costs. The number one thing I think we hear from folks across the board is we need to make living more affordable.
Yeah.
And that needs to be a top priority.
Mhm.
And healthcare is one key piece of that. One of the things we're fighting for.
Yeah.
That should be our focus. It should be a bipartisan focus. And we're going to, because the only way we move forward is with a bipartisan solution.
Absolutely. Healthcare is one of the biggest costs for so many families in the district and across the country. And we have to find a bipartisan solution. It's certainly not just people in districts represented by Democrats who have unplanned healthcare crises, who have costs that potentially put them into collections or bankruptcy. It's families all over the country,
All over the country.
Central and Eastern Washington, Idaho, Texas, Florida, everywhere.
In all types of different areas,
Yeah.
from our farmers to
Mhm.
folks who work in manufacturing to our federal workers.
Yeah.
So we can do better,
We
and
can.
you deserve better too.
Definitely.
Thanks
We're
for
here in the
taking
fight. Thank
Thanks
you.
for being here for a few minutes.
Thanks, Susan.
Thanks, everyone.